So you're saying that?
Now, the incessant infection we are having is reducing the magnitude, I mean, the power of the vaccine that one would have imagined a child must have. Well, if the child is already growing beyond 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, no problem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But we're talking of those ones that are just coming up. That's what we're talking about. And then, not only that, when the child is not is suffering from malnutrition or is not well fed, you know my point, the kind of magnitude of the immunity you are expecting from that child is lower than when the child is well fed.
Okay, so malnutrition is a problem.
It's also a fact.
It does not allow the vaccine to work as well as it should.
Exactly.
Malaria is also a problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't allow the vaccine to work as well as it should. That means that it has to be a multi-pronged approach of handling every other problem, right?
Fine, yes, but when you are giving boosters, it covers the problem. Boosters in the sense that, as at the time, you mentioned 9 months now, about 12 months to 16 months, if you give another, or 6 months after, you give a booster, or even 9 months after, you give a booster, it solves the problem.
Booster of what? Measles?
Of measles vaccine.
We really need to work on the information about measles.
Right now, there's some local government that are already doing that.
I know that in the Northeast, for example, they're doing some immunizations
the WHO has recommended that for quite a long time. Even I won't say when I was in school.
But these things really ought to be announced in hospitals.
Yes.
It should be.
They call it booster doses.
Yes.
So if the method of our polio is to be effected in other areas of vaccine, it's going to cost a lot.
Okay,
and
yes, that is true.
Yeah. But then, if we are having mortality, instant mortality, then it will be worth it, especially in the area of measles. And then one thing that must be encouraged is for mothers to make sure that they vaccinate their children before they reach the age of 1.
Okay.
You get all the vaccines.
Get them out of the way, except for the booster ones, of course.
Except for the booster ones.
Now, our data collection system leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
It's like we don't really know how many children they are, how old they are. Does that affect the coverage? Does it affect immunization coverage?
Seriously affecting, because it affects provision of vaccine, it affects planning, and it affects implementation.
Okay.
Yes, and for instance, if you are vaccinating a community, you have to buy vaccine, or you have to call for vaccine. And
you have to know how many numbers of them you need.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then what are the age provisions that you are going to have? And as a result of that, if you don't have correct, for instance, there have been a lot of well, don't let me say this. There have been a lot of false information given.
Okay.
You find that information, vaccination officers, when they go to the field, they now come and report so much of high figures. Sometimes I get to WHO office, they're giving that kind of information. I just used to laugh. I said, no.
So the figures don't correlate? Anyway, you spoke about adverse effects.
Yes.
I'm really interested in this. What are these adverse effects that people are running away from?
Yeah, the adverse effect is mostly with respect to vaccine given by injection.
Okay.
Dropping of vaccine, like in the case of polio, you hardly report that. But when it comes to injection of vaccine, like measles and others, we found that it's either there is what's called phlebitis, swelling of the area where there's injection, then high temperature, and then reddening of eyes, in whatever form is affecting the child. And then high fever, a child now, if it is just temporal, that is maybe within the next 10, 30 minutes, it's over, fine. But when it's lasting days, it gives mothers concern.
So it does last days?
That mother will not come back. When at the initial stage of pentavalent vaccines, the children were suffering that, and as a result of that, the mother didn't come back.
Okay, are there methods now to reduce these adverse effects?
Yes, training of the vaccinators, very key.
So it's the method of application that is the problem?
Method of application and also the magnitude of the dosage.
Let's quickly take Bello on the line now. Hello, Bello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Bello. What's your question?
Yeah. My baby is just 6 months old. How many injections do you have collected by now?
I like that question, Bello. Thank you.
Sorry?
Thank you so much. I love your question. He's 6 months old.
Okay.
How many vaccines should he have got by now?
He was 6 months old. With the new trend now, it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, minimum of 6.
Okay, so let's go through them. BCG, DPT.
DPT. Well, we don't. Well, we do,
it's
DPT,
no more
okay,
DPT. Pentavalent.
Pentavalent now. Then hepatitis, the hemophilus influenza virus, and then initial dosage of polio has been included anyway.
Yeah, BCG. That's in the BCG.
Then no, polio.
Polio
yeah.
on its own.
Yes.
Okay, that's 5.
5. Then there's what you call the rotavirus. That's the rotavirus vaccine that prevents diarrhea.
6.
Yes,
so
6.
he should have gotten about
Yeah.
6 now. 6 of them, Bello. Please try and make sure that happens. Thank you for your question. So you were saying that they train the vaccinators. Any other thing?
Yeah.
To make sure all these swellings and fever reduce.
Training of the vaccinators with respect to handling of needles.
Okay.
1, 2. Then the mothers must also be helped in restraining their children when they're giving injection.
Is that why all this happens?
Oh, but when for instance, you bring your baby just through the lap of the nurse and you are not helping to control the baby, movement of the will cause the movement of the needle in the body, and then it's injuring the tissues around the area of the vaccination. As a result of that, you find swelling.
Let's take Okoroma's call now. Hello, Okoroma.
My question is, which agencies or private sectors are being allowed to carry out immunization? Because sometimes ago there was an escalation of army in the southeast, southwest, children being asked by parents to leave school and here and there.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I think that's important.
Yeah,
who is authorized to give immunizations?
Primary health care, development agency, they have their branches all over.
So if a soldier says, come, I need to give you a vaccine.
Well, they have to question that.
One has to investigate
if they see that in the community, they need to consult the primary health care in the
and the primary health care people in turn should inform the public.
Yes.
So that's the right chain of command.
Exactly. So if they are calling in the army to come and assist, they should inform the community. Okay. Without that...
Then if that's what people are complaining about when they say they are not informed, then it is a good point. Yeah. It is a good point.
So they must work in synergy with the primary health care if the army is to take part. And the community only know the primary
health care workers. We always talk about vaccinations in connection with children.
Yeah.
Do they give the adults vaccines?
Yes.
What kind of vaccines do they give adults?
Pregnant women, tetanus.
Okay.
And then yellow fever went for travelers.
Yellow fever for travelers?
Yeah, for travelers.
When they're going to endemic areas?
Yes. Not only when they are going to endemic area, you can go, you can, for instance, China can send you to anywhere now.
Okay. Just a minute, sir. Okay. I need to take Joel on the phone. Hello, Joel.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Joel. What's your question?
I'm calling from Enugu. Yeah, I hope you are talking about the health matters.
Yes, this is Health Matters. What's your question? We're talking about immunization.
Okay, please, tell me all about immunization. I want to get it. I want to know all about it.
Okay, we are still on the discussion. Just keep your ears open. Thank you, Joel. Okay, so tetanus for mothers.
Tetanus for mothers.
Yellow fever
for travelers.
Let me ask you. In 1979, I think it was, polio was eliminated in America. Would they have to still be vaccinating their children against polio, a regular, normal American child, for example?
Yes, for the mere fact that the human dynamics will always promote people to get vaccination. For instance, look at measles. Development has come up in the world now. There's the resurgence of measles in America, resurgence of measles in Europe, resurgence of measles in the Asia. Why? Because mothers have started resisting vaccination. What's the reason? They are linking it up with autism. And autism is in the high rise.
Yeah.
So they are now asking, what kind of research, who did that research that linked up autism to measles? So that there's a problem. There's a lot of publication on that.
But is it linked?
Well, it's still yet to be fully proved. But that will not prevent anyone from getting vaccination, because to cope with the disease is more strenuous than taking care of autism.
Before we go, what would you like most to put across to people as your final word today?
Well, I would advise that every parent should be encouraged to take their children for immunization, because that's the cheapest way of managing vaccine-preventable diseases.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming to the show, Dr. Adeiga.
Thanks for having me.
It's been wonderful having you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us, Joel, Okoroma, and Bello, and everybody else. You make our day. Have a wonderful day. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.